And welcome back, Rio Grande Guardian viewers. Great to have you back for the latest in our video series. I'm so pleased today to welcome Lilvette Santos. Lilvette?
Nice to meet
It's
you,
great to
Taylor.
meet you too. It's great to meet you too. And so I should say that Lilvette is the director of the Pharr Economic Development Corporation Foundation. So today's video is to learn more about the foundation, why it was set up, what its mission statement is, how's it been going, and why it's important. And Lilvette, being the director, is going to explain all of that. So, I said before we started, Lilvette, I'd like to ask a little bit about yourself, because I know you haven't been at the foundation for very long, and like me, I don't think you're a Rio Grande Valley native. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Where are you from originally?
Well, I'm original from Puerto Rico, from the Caribbean, so that's why my accent's there.
It's nice, very nice. How did you get to the valley?
Well, it's a long, short story, but I will give you the short story. Actually, I relocated in 2008 to Laredo. I have a brother there, and he worked with the government there more than 20, 30 years ago. And that was my first step. I was like 3 years and a half, almost 4 years. And then an opportunity come to the valley in 2011. So I moved to the valley. And like we was talking earlier, this is home already.
Yeah, for sure.
This is my home. I already have more than 14 years here in Texas, barely 14 years, and almost 10 years here in the valley.
Great. And your education, what did you study in school and college?
Of course, I have a very multidisciplinary education. Actually, I'm starting in science. I'm a microbiologist. That's my background. I have a minor in chemistry, and I also have 2 masters, one in molecular biology and the other one in risk management in environmental.
That's quite a variety, isn't it?
Yes,
That's
it
quite
is.
A varied field of study.
Yes, and the most of the time, my experience has been in different capacity, but in the private sectors. I have been also in the government in my country, as well here in Texas, with the TWC, with Texas Workers Commission, and as well, very multidisciplinary background, a lot of heads, but the most of them in manufacture as well.
Mm-hmm. And immediately before coming here to the Pharr EDC Foundation, what were you doing? What was your previous job?
Well, before that I arrived here, I was working in the oil and gas sector.
Okay.
In chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was in different markets. I was in Mexico, in Canada, in US, as well, the Caribbean.
Interesting. It's great, I think, for the viewers that may not know about the foundation, and therefore they might not know about your story. I'm interested to learn about that. So what made you, what attracted you to apply for the position of director of the foundation?
Very interesting questions. As I mentioned on all my experience before, I have been in different heads, and the most of the time being in the executive and management level side. Being in those positions, I don't know why, but the most of the time I have that capacity to be engaged with the community through that company, even the private sector or the public ones. So I think it's something that I have in my blood. It's a natural call. I really love to serve people, and I have been trying long time ago to be a little bit more involved in the community, just to bring back. It's not my different, it's not my natural country or my original, but you bring back, we are called, all of us are called to serve.
Mm-hmm.
So I just long time ago was trying to look that opportunity, and why not education? I think that for me that was blow my mind when I hear about it, because for me it's like a white canvas, and there is so many things that you can do through education, and it's one of the most important things now that we as a human self have in order to grow and expand our world around.
Well, I know the foundation hasn't been going for very long, so there's probably quite a few viewers that would like to learn more about it. They may not know, may not have heard of the foundation. So tell us what it is, what its mission statement is, and how things are going with it.
Well, I think that I would explain in my own words. I think that this is the baby of the EDC here in Pharr. And when I say it's the baby, it's a very young organization, just barely starting in 2020, 2021. This is the second year of the foundation, but it's the first year that the foundation have a formal director. And they're already starting with the first step as an organization, doing scholarships for high school students in order to enhance, their possibility in college. But now the foundation want to move forward a little bit more and expanding programs and be more successful in the community in order to help residents from Pharr to expand so many areas.
So there I was thinking that the mission statement would be simply to raise funds for scholarships, and you're already educating me and telling me, no, we do that. This is what we were doing at the beginning, but you've got other ideas as well now.
Yes, because
you're not just going to be teaching or helping students, you're going to be helping families or adults as well.
No, we are going to be helping students.
Okay.
We're still attached to education,
Okay.
but we want to expand through other programs, because our main focus, our main mission definitely is devote efforts through education and career opportunities,
Okay.
in order to expand the workforce, prepare the workforce in the city of Pharr. That's our main goal. And being the main and strength arm of the EDC in terms of education, I think that is a great opportunity, having something so wonderful as the EDC in our background, because we are more have that north in terms to expand and prepare workforce here in the city of Pharr in order to fill full all those new business that we want to attract.
Yeah, so you're all about getting a better educated, a more rounded education for the students here.
Yes.
In Pharr.
In Pharr.
Okay, so I know that you didn't join at the very beginning. You came in after it started, but have you learned enough about it to say whose idea was it in the beginning? Who is there anyone you want to give a shout out to say these were the people that said this is what we should be doing?
Well, at the beginning, they starting with the foundation with the idea to strengthen the workforce in the area,
Okay.
which is in the city of Pharr. That's the main target. And after that, they just continue on starting as a baby steps. No, they starting with scholarship programs, but now they want to expand through internships. They want to expand through other programs that be more inclusive, not only regular students in high school, but as well those special needs. Yes, we're focused in students and in education, but we are trying to expand our programs in terms that we can match and strengthen the workforce and the needs of those new business here on the area.
So do you happen to know, was it the leadership within the EDC that thought about this as a good idea to get started, or maybe it was the leadership at the city level?
Actually, both. Include both.
Okay.
Was leadership not only at the city level, but as well through the EDC. Was something that was both of them joint efforts in order to target and start the organizations.
Is it the case that it's only students that reside in Pharr that can
At
apply?
this moment, yes. It's just limited to residents on Pharr city of Pharr.
So therefore they're very lucky, because you could have a neighbouring city that doesn't have a foundation like this.
Yes, I think it's a great opportunity for the city.
So the kids have got to move to Pharr. They've got to persuade their parents, move to Pharr.
Hopefully.
So that
we have great things happen here in Pharr in terms of business expansions. Again, I have been mentioned that since my beginning, I almost have 7 months here on the city of Pharr, and I think that I really think that the foundation is a great opportunity for Pharr EDC in order to strengthen and continue development the workforce need here in the area.
So How do you go about raising funds? I mean, have you had any particular events to raise money?
Yes, actually, this is our first year formally raising fundings.
Okay.
We have our first one in April. Was a casino night. Was very successful event. Actually, we have a lot of them tell, can you do that monthly? No, sir. It's a lot of work involved. But we're very successful.
It must have been popular then if they wanted you to do it each month.
No, well, we want to do it yearly, but no monthly.
No.
A lot of work involved behind of that.
Okay.
But was very successful event, and I was feel blessed that only with 2 months here, how the community embrace not only the organization but as well me as a director, all the staff here, and they just fit in the middle of our cause and what we was pursuing with the event. Again, was very successful, very nice. Then we have a second one in the summer that was our golf tournament. Another successful event as well. A lot of business community involved, which I really appreciated. And hopefully, we don't know if we're going to have a third one at the end of this year. Probably yes. But we are continue expanding to have a little bit more ideas and fundraise events for the next year.
You're giving the impression, you're painting a picture here that the Pharr EDC that's welcomed you into the family, that it really is a happy place to work, and that everyone has made you feel welcome, and it just seems to be an entity that's performing rather well.
It is actually, and I will be very transparent and kindness on that. The foundation right now is only me.
Okay.
So we don't have staff, formal staff through the foundation. But I have wonderful, marvelous co-workers that are from the EDC staff, that they have been supporting the foundation since the beginning, even before that I arrived to the picture. We have a great board of directors. I have a great president of the board, and all of them very well sound in education. Different ones from university, college, different backgrounds, and it's a pretty nice one. It's very active board as well. They have been very helpful through every single event, so I have been blessed. I only can say that I have been blessed with all the support that I received on those 7 months.
And so, who is the president of the board?
Victor Perez.
Oh, the EDC executive director.
Yeah, the executive director from EDC is the president of the board of the foundation.
And so, upcoming events. I know you said you may or may not do a golf tournament, but what are your plans on the fundraising side going into 2023?
Well, we definitely want to establish as annual event and the casino night as well, the golf tournament, since was very successful event. But we was planning as well a gala, probably in the middle, and it could be that we touch a little bit something different of the events that we already host. It's something that we have on the over the table in order to discuss with the board. Close like tomorrow, no, through Friday, I will have a workshop with my board members in order to planning my 2023 year in terms of fundraisings and other programs that the organization want to spend.
And so, how many students have you helped thus far? I know it's a very new foundation, but what sort of numbers?
It's a very new foundation, but we did a lot last year and this year as well. During the first year, the foundation had the opportunity to award more than 121 students, and was a scholarship of $2,000 per student. This second year, the organization had the opportunity to award 144 students. So again, it's a blessing, and is something that we are pursuing to go a little bit more farther each year, not only with the amount of students, but as well we pursuing eventually not only help them with a scholarship of 2,000, but probably a 4-year scholarship or something a little bit more technical. We are working with a lot of efforts that are try to towards to strengthen partnerships in the community, to strengthen partnerships with university, to just to expand a lot of capacity in terms to help students that they can continue.
Well, that's probably all the questions I have, Lilvette. So
Okay.
is there anything I've missed? Is there anything else you'd like to tell the viewers?
Well, I would love that every time that you hear about the Pharr ADC Foundation, you understand that we are devoting efforts to grow up workforce. That at some point, yes, there are residents from the city of Pharr, but you never know when they're going to end. So I would love that the business community outside and all the general community can support us in any efforts that we do targeting our programs.
Okay. And if someone watches this and does want to contribute, does want to learn more about you, how do they reach you?
They can go through the website. We already have a website. Is through the same website for the Pharr ADC. You can go to pharradc.com if I'm wrong, and you also can call to the facility on EDC because I'm formally here with my office.
Good, good. Well, Lilvette, this has been very educational for me. I've learned a lot about this, and so we'll be following you with great interest.
I really appreciate your time.
Oh, not at all.
And I enjoy it a lot as well.
Me too, me too. We're learning so much. Very important cause. We don't have enough foundations in the Valley, I would say. And so to hear about this one and how successful the launch has been and your ideas to grow it, it's been very, very insightful and helpful.
And again, this is a team effort. We can't be successful without the support of the board members, of the EDC staff, of the city officials, including definitely the mayor that starting this idea with Victor at the beginning. So it's a blessing that a lot of good people is involved on the efforts.
Mm-hmm. And the community as a whole
Definitely
has obviously got involved, and so you're looking for an even greater input from the public.
Definitely.
Good. Okay. Well, Lilvette, thank you so much for today's interview. Please,
thank you.
Please keep us posted.
Of course.
With all the events you've got coming up, and we'll keep track of them, and we'll share the news with our viewers.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for
Thank
today's interview. Thank you.